Hey guys, it is February the 27th, 2025, and I hope everybody's been having a wonderful day so far today. I just wanted to start off today's video and just say a huge thank you to everyone that went on Buy Me a Coffee yesterday and donated to support the channel. I cannot thank you guys enough. It was a huge turnout, and man, talk about making me feel special and making me feel good. I just want to say a huge thank you from myself and from my family. Because you're not just supporting me, you're helping support my family as well by doing that and supporting the channel. And just really quick, and I said I wasn't going to spend a lot of time talking about this, but something I thought about last night after I put up the link to the to Buy Me a Coffee, and people immediately went on there and started donating. I really would like to, at the end of each video every day, whoever donates to Buy Me a Coffee, I would like to put your name up. And I don't want to put your full name unless you're okay with it, but my plan was to just put, like, let's say your name's Christina Parsons. I was just going to put Christina P. And just a thank you and a list of everybody's names who donated in the Buy Me a Coffee daily. So, you know, if I posted up a video tonight and you went on there and decided to donate to the channel or to support the channel on Buy Me a Coffee, I will post up a thank you on tomorrow's video. At the end of the video, I plan on just putting up a thank you, everybody's name, and just like I said, a real quick thank you at the end of the video. Just, you know, hey, thank you so much to the people that donated, and then I'll put their names up on the screen. And if you object to that, because I do want to post up the people's names that donated to the channel from last night and from whoever does it today, I plan on posting those up in tomorrow's video. So if you have donated to the channel in between when I started it up through tomorrow morning, I plan on posting up a thank you at the end of tomorrow's video with your name on there. If you object to that, please let me know in the comments, or either send me a message on Instagram or something and just say, hey, please don't post my name up, and I would be more than happy. But I just feel like it's fair for me at least just to be able to do that for you guys and just put up a thank you up. You know, this isn't an original idea or anything like that. There are so many other YouTubers out there that do just that as well. You know, when people donate to their channel or buy merch or whatever like that, they'll post their names up at the end of the video. Or people that are like members of the channel and stuff like that. So once again, if you oppose, please let me know. Otherwise, I do want to post up your name and just say a quick thank you at the end of tomorrow's video. And like I said, I plan on doing that daily. So once again, thank you so much to everybody that donated. That really meant a lot to me. I was not expecting to get that much traction on that yesterday. It really blew me away. But what I wanted to talk about today is really just, you know, another reason to stay sober for today. And what that reason is that, you know, the amount of money that you're going to save by not drinking any longer. You know, the thing is with it is that there's always this, like, you know, we always tend to think about, okay, well, if I'm not buying the beer any longer or the alcohol any longer. And that's true. But at the same time, there are so many other costs that are involved, not just the booze. But the booze do play a huge role. And I'm just going to use myself for example, and I've done the math on this before, and I don't remember what the exact calculations are at this point anymore, but, you know, I was drinking at the end of, you know, before I got sick, for that last 2 years of my drinking, I was drinking a half a gallon of vodka every single day. I mean, I was, plus beer, and I smoked too. And it depended on the day what kind of alcohol that I drank. You know, if I didn't have a lot of money, I bought the cheap vodka. It didn't matter to me. Now, I preferred to drink the, you know, top shelf stuff. And I wouldn't even necessarily say I drank top shelf. You know, I would drink stuff like Grey Goose and Tito's and stuff like that. But, you know, if I didn't have much money for that day, you know, if I'm walking around with a pocket full of quarters and that's all I have, I'm buying Burnett's or a New Amsterdam or Popov or something like that. What, you know, the $10 half a gallon vodka, and you better believe When you're drinking that bottom shelf stuff, you are going to have a massive hangover the next day. Because, like the top shelf liquors, they like, 10 times distilled and filtered, but like the cheap bottom of the shelf stuff, they might filter that stuff one time and distill it one time. There's all kinds of stuff that's in that, all the leftover stuff and just the contaminants and just all the bad stuff that's in the alcohol is still left in there. And it's going to cause you to have a major hangover. And trust me, I know from experience because I drank both. And it's crazy, if I went out the night before and drank, a big bottle of Grey Goose, I would still be hungover the next day, but it would not be anywhere as bad as if I drank a half a gallon of Pop-Off the night before. The hangover the next day was almost unbearable. But back to the saving money part, like I said, I was drinking a half a gallon of vodka every single day. And let's just say I was drinking a half a gallon of Tito's, which is the brand that I drank, majority of the time. I think it was like $47 or something like that for a half a gallon. So right there alone was $50 just in liquor. And then I drank beer on top of it because I did not drink water. I didn't drink soda. I didn't drink sweet tea. I didn't drink any of these things. What I drank was beer to hydrate with. So if I was thirsty, I drank beer. And when I was trying to get drunk, I drank vodka. The beer was just, like I said, was for hydration. So I had to keep beer on me at all times too. So, I probably drank a 6-pack of beer every single day. So every 2 days I was buying a 12-pack. And I drank IPA too, which is crazy. Now, if I was doing like yard work or something like that, I would drink, Bud Light or something like that. But, if I was just, having my beers to drink for the day, while I was out doing something and I wanted to have a cold beer, it was an IPA. And I drank like Voodoo Ranger or something like that. And if I drank Voodoo Ranger too, it was the Voodoo Ranger. I can't remember what it was. It was like the top shelf Voodoo Ranger. It was like 10% alcohol. There were 2 types of Voodoo Rangers. There's one that's like a 6%, and then they have another one that's like a 10%, and that's one I used to drink. And I think that was like $12 for a 6-pack, or like almost $20 for a 12-pack or something like that. So $10 in beer a day plus the $50 for the liquor. A pack or 2 packs of smokes a day. So we're looking at like what, $17, $18 for the cigarettes. Let's say $20. So that's $80 right there. Plus my mixers. I would mix either Sprite or cranberry juice or either soda water. Let's just say $5 in mixers for the day. $85 right there. And then there's all kinds of other expenses that are involved in it as well. But, just right there, $85, let's just call it $90. $90 a day is what I was consuming. And, at the end of my drinking, too, I had my own business. And I was making really good money doing it. So I'd go out for the day. And, like my first job, maybe $200. Half of that went straight to my alcohol. That it was already gone, and in my mind I already had calculated for the day. Well, I've got to make, if I needed to make $300 that day, well, I had needed to make $400 because I needed that extra $100 from my alcohol and my cigarettes. The rest of the money went towards the bills. So I would make sure that that $100 got put in one pocket before anything else got put in the left pocket. That right pocket was for the booze and the cigarette money, and the left pocket was for bills. But I filled that right hand pocket first before anything else. It didn't matter. I had to have my alcohol and my cigarettes. And just think about that. If you just rounded it up to $100, you're talking about close to $3,000 a month. And I know I was spending probably $2,000 a month on alcohol and cigarettes. And then you what's that? That's $24,000 a year in alcohol and cigarettes. That's just ridiculous. And then That's $240,000 in 10 years. I mean, that you could buy a house with that. I mean, money just literally poured down the drain. I mean, either you pour it down the drain or you pee it down the drain or wherever, but it's just going down the drain. And the thing about it is what are you actually even getting out of it? You're not getting anything tangible out of it. If you are, liver problems, an enlarged spleen, problems with your pancreas. I mean, the health problems list goes on and on and on, but you're not getting anything out of it except for a quick little buzz, and it doesn't even last that long. It's so much money, and that's just if you were like me and you went to the liquor store, got your booze, and went home. That's not including if you go out and drink at the bars. You can't go out on a Friday night without spending $200 if you're gonna go to the bar. And if you do that once a week, that's $800 a month. The numbers are staggering, the amount of money that we spend when we're in active addiction. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. And I've spoken about it so many times, but from the moment I woke up in the morning, I was already on my grind. I was already hustling. I'm already trying to figure out what my scheme for that day is gonna be. If I had the money, if I opened up my wallet and there was $300 in there, it wasn't that big of a deal. But if I opened up my wallet and lint fell out of it and some dust, it's time to get on the grind. I've got to figure something out for the day. So what is that going to be? Am I going to be tossing couch cushions and searching for change? Or, am I going to be coming up with some stupid elaborate story and, trying to borrow money from somebody or something like that? I mean, who knows? But there was always something. Or here I am selling something on Facebook Marketplace. I've got something that I don't use anymore, and I'm like, the heck with it. I'm just going to get rid of it because I'd much rather have the alcohol than have this. And then there I am on Facebook Marketplace at 7 o'clock in the morning listing something, hoping it'll sell so that I can at least get my alcohol for the day. And, I'm at work and I've got to run down the road really fast to meet somebody to hand off this whatever it is to them just so I can get the cash so then I can go to a liquor store. It's insanity. I mean, it truly is. And the amount of money that you're going to save by quitting drinking, you're not going to believe it. I mean, it really is crazy. I've had a $20 bill that I've had in my wallet now. I can't even tell you how long. It's like my emergency $20 that I just keep in my wallet folded up. That's not there unless I'm like broke down on the side of the road. I don't have gas. I don't have any other way to get, to get what I need. That's just my emergency money. I could have never have kept that money in my wallet when I was in active addiction. Never. I never had money in my wallet. If I did, it wasn't in there for very long because I went straight to the liquor store and stocked up. If I had $300, I went to the liquor store and spent $300 to stock up to make sure I was good for the week. I never had money. I was always broke because every single dollar that I spent was on alcohol and cigarettes. That's it. That's all I spent my money on. And, the thing is that just think about all the money that you spent on alcohol and what you could be doing with that money. Take the, if you've quit drinking, do the math, calculate it up. You found a way to get that money every single day before. If you were like me, where there is a will, there is a way, and you were going to find that money. Maybe do a little exercise and take, let's say you spent $30 a day on alcohol. Figure out a way to get that $30 every single day, just like you were doing before. Now, I'm not saying do anything illegal, but if you did a little hustle here and there, or you got some change together, or whatever it was that you did to get that money together, or if you just used your own personal money, like you didn't, you just took it right out of your bank. I couldn't do it because I didn't want my wife to see that I was using our bank card at the liquor store. And we have ABC stores here in South Carolina, so you can't buy liquor anywhere else but a liquor store. And it will show up on the bank statement. So I was afraid to go to the liquor store. Now, if I didn't have any other way, you better know I swiped that ATM card. It didn't matter. But I would try to figure out a way. But my point is that if, like I said, let's say you spend $30 a day drinking. Take that $30 that you would spend on alcohol, put it somewhere. Get yourself a piggy bank or a mason jar or, a little safe or something, and put that money in there every single day and do it for a month. Do it for 1 month. And then take all that money and treat yourself to something really cool. You could be doing that every single month. Take that money that you were spending on the alcohol and the cigarettes or the drugs or whatever it is, and take that money and save it up for 30 days and buy yourself something. Or maybe fix the thing around your house that you've been meaning to fix, or buy yourself a new refrigerator or a new microwave for your kitchen, or those new countertops if you want to get, or that new toilet that's been broken for the past 3 years. Take that money and do something with it. Do something productive with it. Something tangible, something you can see. Something every time you walk past it, you go, I didn't drink that money away. I put it towards something actually good. Or either take the money and just put it in your bank and save it. And let that money stack up. I will guarantee you it's going to be a motivator for you. The more you see that money saving up, the more you're going to be like, man, I'm so glad I'm doing this. Because at the end of the day, you could be saving up a lot of cash. You could be taking that money and investing it into some kind of Bitcoin or something. Some kind of cryptocurrency. You could be taking that money and putting it into some kind of stock. There's a million things productive. You don't like your job. Here's a good one. You've had this dream your whole entire life of opening up a donut shop. It's been something that you've dreamed of your whole entire life. When you were a kid, there was a donut shop that you and your grandfather used to go to, and it was just this great experience. I don't know. I'm just coming up with something. And it's been a dream of yours. Start saving that money up that you're not using to drink anymore, and save it towards that business that you've always wanted to start, and go for it. Now's the time. What do you have left to lose? I mean, when you get out of active addiction and you look back on where you were at, I mean, the sky is the limit. It really is. And the amount of productivity that you're going to be able to have now after stopping drinking, it's insane. And you can start taking that time and the money. And the time's a big one too, because if there is one thing, probably the most important thing that we have in this world is our time. At the end of the day, why do wealthy people want to be wealthy? It's because they want to have their time to do what they want to do. Why do people look forward to retiring and save up all their money of their whole entire lifetime? It's to save up, to retire, to be able to do whatever they want to do, to spend their time the way they want to spend it. And you could be taking that time that you were, using to drink. You're getting off work. You're getting, as soon as you come home from work, you make yourself a drink, and you're like me. You go sit on your back porch the whole entire night and just waste the whole night away. Maybe instead of doing that, you come home from work and start working on that business idea. You could be investing your time into that, and then saving up your money and investing that into that business idea, and it could actually come into fruition. Because one of the things too is that, and I plan on doing a video about this coming up, is like the reason that we drink. Why do we drink? Exploring that, digging down deep inside and trying to figure out what the reason is that we drank or used. And I think a lot of times, a lot of us, we don't like our jobs. And our jobs are such a huge part of our life. We spend more time at our jobs than we do at home, than we do with our families. We spend more time with our, the people we work with. We spend more time with them than we do with our actual families most of the time. And like I said, trying to discover what it is, the reason why we drank, and if, part of that is you despise your job. You're not happy doing with what you're doing, you know. You want to start enjoying what you're doing for work. And that might be opening up your own business. And like I said, you could be taking your time and your money and investing that back into something positive instead of just drinking it all away. Or maybe take that money that you were using to drink and, you know, you've always wanted to have a boat. It's just been a dream of yours and you've never had the money. Now's the time. You quit drinking, calculate the amount of money that you are spending on alcohol every single day and make yourself put it to the side. You figured it out every day. You came up with whatever your hustle was. You came up with a way to get that money to drink. And you managed to make it by doing so. So whatever that dollar amount is, take that money, put it somewhere safe, and hold on to it. Save it for a week, save it for a month, save it for a year, save it for 5 years, whatever it is that you want to do. But you could actually take that money and do something positive with it and see the end result of what you did with it. That's something to be super proud of. You know, you quit drinking, you save up your money for 2 years and go start that business idea that you've always wanted to start, and it ends up being successful. Man, talk about a turnaround. Talk about a story to brag about. Talk about a story to tell other people, to motivate them. You know, I was down in the dumps, you know, had AUD, drinking for 20 years straight. I stopped drinking, saved up all the money that I was using towards my alcohol or my substances, and I took all that money and saved it up, put it over here somewhere safe, started taking all that time that I was wasting away either using or drinking, and I started a business plan. And I started going out and talking to people. And I printed out some business cards and went around and started passing them out. And started telling people what I was going to be doing. And I, you know, started making a foundation for my business and started something. That could be a story that could motivate so many people. Not just helping yourself, but helping everybody else too while you're at it. You know, I never in a million years would have ever have thought that I wouldn't be working in the restaurant industry anymore, and that I would be here on YouTube making videos talking about sobriety every single day. I never would have ever have thought this. Never would have thought it. I thought I was gonna be in the restaurant industry for the rest of my life. You know, and I got out of that. I ran away from that job thinking that that was going to help me get sober. And, you know, I've said it a million times. It didn't do anything. Running away from your problems does not fix them. Those problems are still there. You can run as far and as fast as you want. But when you come back, that problem's still going to be there. And it's still going to be just as fresh and ready for you as it was before. But I ran away from my job because I thought that was going to fix everything, and it didn't. And then, you know, everything started to play out. Next thing you know, I was in the hospital, and, you know, then I couldn't work. I never would have thought that I'd be on YouTube talking about this stuff. I didn't. I'm blessed to be able to do it. I am so grateful that there are so many of you here who watch these videos every single day. And I'm so grateful that the channel is continuing to grow day by day. I'm so grateful, and I'm being 100% honest with you guys. I am so grateful to see all the other YouTubers out there who are talking about sobriety and how big their channels are growing too. Every time I see that, it makes me so happy. I go around and look at the other YouTubers' channels and see. I just want to see, are they growing or not? And I see everybody is steadily growing. It means that the voices are being heard. It means that people are actually going and subscribing to these channels because they're interested in sobriety or they want to make a change. And it makes me so happy to see it. I feel like what all of us YouTubers are doing, the ones that talk about sobriety, that we're actually getting somewhere with this. You know, everybody's out here making these videos. It's getting into the algorithm. It's getting suggested into people's feeds. And where somebody might not have ever have looked at a video before. But next thing you know, it's on their algorithm. It's on their recommended feed. and they go, you know what, the heck with it, I'm just going to watch this video. It keeps getting recommended to me, because I hear that all the time. People say, your video kept getting recommended to me over and over again, and I finally decided to hit play, and I'm so glad that I did. And for the other YouTubers out there, you know, the same thing's happening with them. You know, their videos are getting recommended. Somebody decides, I'm just going to check it out. And the next thing you know, they think, you know, I might give the sobriety thing a chance. And before you know it, their whole life has been turned around. The amount of money that they're saving, it's just crazy. You know, and if you've got, especially if you've got a family, you got kids, it's not cheap raising a family. It's expensive. And there's always, you know, these costs that pop up out of nowhere. You know, next thing you know, your kid's sick and they need this, or they need braces, or whatever it is. But, you know, raising kids is not cheap at all. There's always, you know, these out of left field expenses. You know, think about how, you know, you're not drinking anymore. You can save up that money. You can have a little emergency fund set to the side. So whenever those emergency expenses arise, you've got the money. You don't even have to necessarily have a family for it to benefit you to have an emergency fund. Even if you're single, living on your own, just having an emergency fund, you know, you will have the means to be able to actually save some money now. Because when we're active addiction, we spend every single last dime that we have. And you know, the thing is too, and like I was talking about at the beginning of this, you know, there are other expenses involved other than just the ones that we see on the surface, you know, buying the alcohol, buying the smokes, buying the actual substance. You know, like I was talking about, you know, you go out and you have some drinks at the bar or something like that, that's going to cost you a couple $100. Or you get intoxicated. That's when I used to spend money like it was going out of style. Like one day we went to Tractor Supply. I was wasted drunk when we went there. We had just gone to a steakhouse, and we had a bunch of appetizers and all this stuff. It was just my wife and I. We had gone out for the day. We were out doing some shopping or something. We decided to stop and have lunch. I had been drinking all day long. She was driving. I'd been drinking all day long. And we went to the steakhouse, and I had a couple of mixed drinks when we were there. After we left, we had to stop by Tractor Supply because we had to get some feed for the animals. I decided, because I was wasted drunk, that I was going to buy a $3,000 go-kart while we were there. Something that I wouldn't have done if I had been sober. I wouldn't have purchased that. That would have been something I would have had to think about. You know, I would have spent some time talking to my wife about it. I would not have put it on a credit card. I would have made sure I had the cash. But you know what I did? I was drunk. I whipped out my credit card and swiped it and bought that go-kart. And it was not a good that go-kart's sitting right there right now, broke down. It ran for about, I don't know, 2 months and then broke. And I've got to work on it and try to get it fixed. It's been broken down now for a couple of years. But it's just one of those, like, you know, fly off the seat of your pants drunk decisions that I made. And you guys know what I'm talking about. You know, you get to drinking, you go out, you head to Walmart, and you're not thinking correctly. And before you know it, you spent so much money. You know, you're walking out of there and you're like, how the heck did I spend $600 and I don't even have anything? You just bought a bunch of crap that you wouldn't have bought if you hadn't have been intoxicated. Or here's another one. Here's another big money saver. Once you're sober, you don't have to worry about getting a DUI or a DWI or anything like that. There are a lot of people here on this channel who can attest to what I'm about to say. It's not cheap when you get a DUI. You're talking thousands of dollars. And not just directly, but indirectly as well, because your insurance cost is going to go up. Just going through the process, you know, the court system, getting an attorney, paying your fines, just all that stuff. You're talking thousands of dollars. That money's saved. You don't have to worry about that anymore. You don't have to worry about every single time that you're driving down the road, and you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I know I'm not the only one. You're driving down the road, and as you're driving, you look in that rearview mirror and you see those Crown Victoria headlights, and it's a white Crown Vic. When I used to be a drinker, as soon as I saw that, my heart sank. Because I thought, if I get pulled over, I'm going to jail. I was always afraid because I always had alcohol in my breath. I always had alcohol in my system. No matter where I was, what time of the day it was, whatever. If I was behind the wheel of a car, I had alcohol in my system to some extent. You don't have to worry about that any longer. You know, unless you're doing something like speeding or something like that. I'm sorry, my voice is... this pollen is getting to me. It's drying out my mouth and everything. But, you know, you don't have to worry about that anymore. And like I said, there are so many other indirect expenses that you just don't even think about or calculate that come along with us being in active addiction. You don't have to worry about on your way to work because you're so hungover, you got to stop by the Circle K and get 3 Red Bulls and a honey bun because that's your comfort food when you're hungover, and a hot dog and a bag of Doritos and a bag of Starburst, and you got to have a Coca-Cola to settle your stomach, and you got to buy a little thing of Tums, and you've got to buy some Gatorade. I mean, the list goes on and on, but you guys catch my drift to what I'm saying. There are so many expenses that come along with being in active addiction. You know, more than anything is when we get intoxicated, we'll just spend money on stupid things or drop a $500 tip thinking that we're being so cool. When you're sober, you don't walk into a restaurant and go, "Hey, everybody, lunch is on me." You don't do that. But when you're in active addiction and you walk into a bar and, you know, we think we're being a hot shot and we want everybody to like us, and we walk in and we're having a great day and we just got a raise at work or something, and, "Hey, everybody, shots are on me today." The whole bar gets around on me, and next thing you know, you get that bar tab and it's $1,000 and your jaw hits the floor. That kind of stuff has happened to me in the past, and I'm sure there are other people here it's happened to them too. Don't have to worry about that anymore. You're going to save yourself a lot of money. And like I said, I think it's a great idea to take that money that you are spending every single day on the booze and find something. Come up with a goal. Save up for something. Whatever it is that you want to get. Whatever you want to... If it's just saving money to save money, to say, "I've got money in a savings account now." It's nice to have money in the bank, I'll tell you that. You know, you show up at the dentist just to get your teeth cleaned one day, and before you know it, you're walking out knowing that you got to have a root canal and it's going to cost you $3,000. Well, if you got money in the savings account that you saved up because you're not drinking anymore, well, maybe you don't want to spend that money, but you've got it to get the root canal done, if you know what I mean. It's nice to be able to get things done when we need to get them done. Because when we're in active addiction, we can't save any money. Every dime that we have goes out the window, at least for myself. I mean, I know that for myself. But anyway, guys, I think I'm at almost half an hour now, so I think I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here for today. I don't want to make the video any longer. But you guys get what I'm saying. There's just so much money that you're going to save whenever you quit whatever it is. And you're going to be able to put that money towards something positive and something that you're going to be able to pick up, handle, do, whatever. I just think, like I said, I think it's a great idea to take that money and set it to the side. Whatever the amount was that you were drinking, sit down, do the math, figure it out. Take that money and save it every day. Save it for, just do it for a week the first time, then do it for a month. And keep setting yourself goals. And get yourself something. You deserve it. You've worked so hard. Getting and staying sober is not a cakewalk. It's not easy. It's hard. It really is. Treat yourself. Buy yourself something nice. Take your significant other out on a nice date. Something. But treat yourself to something. Take a day and go to the beach or go to the mountains or Go on a cruise. Do something positive with the money that you're spending on the alcohol. It's sure enough going to make you feel a heck of a lot better about the fact that you've made the decision to get sober. Because I know sometimes it can be really tough, and sometimes we can sit around, we can question ourselves. Why am I doing this? Is it really worth it? Is it worth feeling this uncomfortable just to be sober? I can tell you it really truly is. Save that money up and treat yourself to something nice. It really is worth it. Really quick before I get off of here, guys, like I said, I plan on posting up the names of the people that donated in the Buy Me a Coffee yesterday, and I plan on doing that daily. If you guys are opposed to that, please let me know. I won't do it. And like I said, you can go on there and you can do a donation anonymously. So if you prefer to do that, that'd be awesome too. But I would like to add your names to the video tomorrow. Please let me know if that's a problem, and I won't do so. Really quick too, I just wanted to show you, we did sell some merch yesterday too, but the merch is so these are the shirts. It's got the face right there, and then it's got a big one right here on the back, and then it says the Live Free on the back and all that good stuff, and big logo. And these are super nice soft t-shirts. I got the super high quality ones, and they last forever. And they're very, very soft. But I had a bunch of questions about hats as well. We've already placed an order for hats. It usually takes them about 3 or 4 days to get them made, but I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be about a week. But as soon as the hats are ready, I'll let you guys know in a video that they are, so that you guys can purchase them. The hats are really cool as well. But once again, guys, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you watching today. And don't forget, I'll throw up the link at the end of this video too about the Buy Me a Coffee. I really do appreciate you guys doing that yesterday. And it's still going to be there. So if you guys are interested and want to donate, I will have the link here. And other than that, I really appreciate you guys being here today. And I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Until tomorrow, I will see y'all then. I love you guys so much. Bye-bye.